Then we're going to wipe the field because we're waterlocked, bring back all of it, and he knows what's about to happen. About to clap them cheeks. Hi, it's me. It's Nepty. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to the reef. It's so nice to be back. Sorry for the sparse uploads. I've been uploading where I can. But yeah, I want to show you guys some gameplay for me destroying people with Marincess. It is the deck that I've been maining. It's the deck that I've been trying to perfect. I know a lot of people don't really like that, but you know, I kind of have become a little bit more, I don't want to say obnoxiously competitive, but I just want to play a deck that can perform in a lot of different scenarios. I think it's a lot of fun. It's still water. It meets my qualification of being water and like meta competitive. This deck happens to be the best performing water deck at the moment. I've been climbing the YGO Omega ladder, absolutely dunking on bitches, and I have some gameplay to show you guys. It's gonna be quite a lot, but there's a lot to go through, and it's against meta decks, I would say. They're all best of 3, so please buckle up. The deck seems kind of underwhelming when it first puts up its board, but usually you'll have 3 to 4 hand traps in your hand, and you're sitting on something that, generally speaking, is probably going to be indestructible after, you know, use of your traps and whatever else. But you can house up to like literally 20 to 22 non-engine spells and traps if you want to. You can cut down on the Marincess engine, but I like the 20-20 split. It's pretty good. I play kind of an unconventional extra deck. I usually just go full link, like linking all the hell and back. It's just my style. I like the grind game of the triple slug. It's not a very popular choice, but I've grown to just love it, and I cannot play without it. It just feels like I'm just trying my best to get resources back over and over again. It just sucks. It feels sluggish. But anyway, most people think this thing dies to like a kaiju, and in some cases that can be true, but with the amount of non-engine that you have to your disposal, it just rarely ever happens. You know, you're gonna flip something, nuke something, banish something, shut down everything. It just, you know, depending on what the format calls for, you'll have it. But yeah, the deck profile, you can see it. I don't need to go, you know what all these cards do. I'm not gonna go card by card, that's gonna waste so much time. But Blue Tang's the main homie. She's the Foolish Burial, and pretty much allows full combo. Most of these cards allow full combo. Some of them are right here, Pask and Mandarin, as well as the Basil, whatever you want to call her, Basil Lima. Yeah, those 3 cards, if you just get that just by itself, it's not quite full combo, but still. Atlantis, if you don't know this one, Marincess in general waterlocks the hell out of you. So like 3 cards in here will waterlock you. Some in a different way. Like Triangle's not a water lock, you just can't use your effects if you used other monsters. But in general, the Marincess Dive waterlocks you. Every time you use Slug, waterlocks you. And then Coral Anemone also waterlocks the shit out of you. So all you gotta do is use that on your follow-up crackback, and then summon this shit, wipe the board of their monsters. You are the one summoning, and if you're waterlocked, you can't special summon their monsters back. As part of the Atlantis' effect, he basically, you have to summon both fields cards, but if you're waterlocked, you're not able to do that. So yeah, it's pretty insane. But side deck, it doesn't really matter. It's going to depend on what you're playing against, but this is what I put together. This is not my list. My lists have changed a lot. It's been in and out. But still, I just want to show you guys replays. So without further ado, let's put on our coral boxing gloves and go fuck shit up. How does that sound?
Oh my god!
Alright, so since Cash is out of the format pretty much, now that Arise Heart is gonzo, well, some people are still gonna stick by it because they're really stubborn, you know. Tier players, where you at? Fuck me. Anyway, yeah, this is against Cash. I have played Cash quite a lot. I've all played against Cash quite a lot. I play decks to learn them so that I can beat them, clearly. Alright, so our opening hand is a Spring Girl, Book of Moon, Droll, which will be falling out of the format, most likely. Probably in most side decks, I will always be siding it. There are way too many decks that this card cripples all the hell and back, so yeah, Droll's gonna stay at my side. Dark World, looking at you, lol. Then we have Pask, and then we have an Effect Veiler, so Alright, I'm going to start off with my Pask into Spring. Go into Sea Angel. Chain 1 Sea Angel into Chain 2 Spring. He's going to go ahead and Imperm Sea Angel. I dump a Duster as well as some other shit. So I'm going to go ahead and bring back Spring. Go into Slug, into Triangle. And then we're going to go ahead and add back the Pask, discard for a Wave, and use the Spring Girl, and go into the Bubble Reef with a set Book of Moon and a Wave in hand, as well as fucking anything else we need, pretty much. Yeah, they're going to start off with Unicorn and then go into the Theosis. So I know they're going to be targeting the Unicorn here, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it face down, making it useless. He's going to go into Prosperity, which somehow escaped the ban list. How about that? And then he's going to go ahead and add a Birth. So, trying to extend plays as much as he can. I'm going to go ahead and roll. And then we're going to go ahead and wave that. So it cannot go into a level 7. It's stuck at level 4, which means they can't go into, obviously, NXE. So, and obviously my Bubble Reef is getting huge. He did not read, and now he's fucked. Alright, game 2. I open a shitty-ass Basil, is what it is. Book of Eclipse, and then I got 2 Availers, as well as a Droll. So, alright, they're going to Field Spell. Go into the Unicorn there, and they're going to get Drolled. He's going to respond with a Thrust and an Imperm. And then he's going to go straight into everyone's favorite card that somehow didn't get banned in any way, shape, or form. His Fenrir, and then I'm going to go ahead and Veiler that, because I do not want him able to use that effect. But he has a Theosis in his hand anyway, and brings out the Rise Heart. And then he's going to use the effect, but I'm going to go ahead and Veiler that, so because I really want to stop that card from becoming level 7. It's one of the best ways to stop them from going into the Rise Heart itself. So I'm going to go ahead and open up with an Eclipse. I do not play Desires anymore. This recording is a little bit older, but like I said, my build has changed quite a bit, but the last build I showed you is pretty close to what I had in the end. We're going to go ahead and get... ooh, nice. We got a Spring as well as a Book of Moon. That's 2 of the best things you want to see, really. I'm going to go into Basil, into a negated ass Sea Angel. Then we're going to go ahead and respond with a Spring Girl, banishing the Basil, which I had to. No other choice. You don't normally want to banish the Basil head ass. You usually want to leave this in the grave so you can stop some kind of destruction effect, but I needed some kind of extension, had no other choice. So I'm going to go into Coral Anemone, and we're going to go ahead and activate the effect of our Spring Girl in the grave, since we linked it off. It's going to go ahead and mill another Book of Eclipse. And then I believe they're going to flip, yep, Imperm, negates, so I just put a Book of Moon face down and hope for the best. Alright, Fenrir adds Scareclaw. I already know, I can see the writing on the wall. There's not really much good coming from this. Yeah, it's pretty rough. See, I think I go ahead and scoop. Yeah, there you go. Went ahead and scoop, and we're on to the next game. Alright, game 3 here. I open up with pretty nice gas, anyway you look at it. I got a Pask, a Spring Girl, a Seahorse, a Book of Moon, and a Droll. So it's not too bad. It's pretty solid. Alright, we're going to go Pask into our Seahorse, Seahorse into Slug, bring back Seahorse. Yeah, I know it's pretty fast, but that's kind of the rotation right there. You can special summon her back to a Marincess Link Monster's Arrow, so I'll try to slow it down for everybody. Then we're going to search, but it's going to get Impermed, the perfect target for Imperms. Bring her back with Coral Anemone, and then we went into Triangle. Now Coral Anemone is going to let us add back a card. Then we're going to turn that into a Wave, because you can discard with your Triangle. And then we use the last cards to make a Bubble Reef, and then we sit on a Book of Moon Bubble Reef. Seems underwhelming, but it does a lot. And look at that, you draw straight into this. But that'll be good for our turn 2 crackback if they clear our board. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll Unicorn. After the Unicorn is searched by their field spell, and then they have a Rise Heart, which we are gonna go ahead and negate that, because I'm telling you, that's the card I negate more than anything else. And it stops a lot of plays. They usually sit on like a Shangri-Era, which does nothing to me, so. Alright. There we go. With the Unicorn, he's going to banish a Sea Angel. This guy knows the deck enough to where to hit it, so yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead. They're gonna use the birth. We're gonna flip face down. They're other level 7, so they can't go into an XE. That's kind of the idea there. All right. Alright, they're going to banish off the top, bring out another Finrer, and then they're going to overlay into Shang. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, we're going to go ahead, and I pretty much want to just stop them from getting any advantage, like with the Shang. So, use the effect, draw, droll, and then we're going to go ahead and use the Forbidden Droplet to get rid of that effect. I do not want him getting anything for free, pretty much, and he will scoop from there. So yep, that was the match. I found this to be one of the easiest decks to play against. I know if they get started and going, you're kind of fucked, but I don't know, I've always favored this match. So on to the next matchup. Alright, so next up we are playing against Purrely. Now Purrely seems to fall victim to the fact that it's kind of vulnerable to the same shit that Kashtira is, generally speaking. So anything you put, in your side deck or your main deck for Cash, which was the strongest deck even last format, yeah, it still works on Purrely pretty well. So yep, opening hand is a Mandarin, Pask, Ocean, Eclipse, and then Impermanence. I don't know why I keep bouncing around. I'm just doing all the Marincess shit first. Anyway, I'm ridiculous. Let's go ahead. Start off. I'm going to start with, well, not me. He's going to start off with his Finrer. Now, the thing about that is, if he would have, just triggered that to add the other Finrer, I would have fell for that bait, and I would have used the Imperm on that. So it was kind of like a shitty bait. I don't know why he didn't just fire it off, but, maybe he wanted the Finrer anyway, which we'll find out in a second here. So he's going to add the Lily to the field, whatever the hell this thing's called, Purrely. The fucking Yellow Cat, okay? We're not going to do the whole full names. It's pink, it's Purple Cat, Yellow Cat, whatever. Yellow Cat, we're going to go ahead and negate that. Then Finner's going to fire off and get another one of itself. Alright. Then he's going to use the Delicious and then add the fucking Purple Cat. And Purple Cat adds My Friend. My Friend. It's going to be activated. I don't have an Ash for it, so he's going to add whatever he excavates or whatever the hell. Not excavates, but you know what I'm saying. Then he goes into Sleepy, adds another Purple Cat for some reason. I don't think this is optimal play at all, but whatever. He's going to go into the Noir level 2. Pretty good card. And then he's going to go ahead and absorb one of the spells, the Sleepy. Now that's because he wants to get the draws, obviously. So on our turn, we're going to open up. I'm going to go ahead and fucking eclipse the shit out of him. Go straight into, Pask, into Mandarin, into Sea Angel, and then he's going to use his Mourner, which is not really often used, but still, it's pretty good. Deny that. I'm going to go straight into Coral Anemone, bring back the Sea Angel, Mandarin, and then activate. I got lucky here. Since I had the Battle Ocean, I just kind of got to, get around his shit, so it's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and add back, and then we're going to go ahead and equip Coral. I usually just do the equip because if they do negate it, at least the body's bigger, but in this case I could have just linked these off anyway, so you don't have to do all that shit, but either way. And then I'm gonna, whatever I added back to my hand with Coral Anemone, of course, get your wave. And then with that, I'm gonna go, now you don't do this. Okay, so I just said, you know what, I don't have any more extenders. I would rather just banish all of their stuff. Now this is either a good call or a bad call depending on who you are. The problem is I didn't have much follow-up to go for that, but then again, I didn't have the tools to go for game either, so I think this is okay. Anyway, alright, so clean it off, bring back, and have a Book of Moon and a wave. That's about it. So he's gonna add, and he's gonna go ahead and do the My Friend, and then he's gonna send, there you go, yeah. So he went into, what the fuck is this thing? Okay, Pretty Memory, yeah. Purple Cat, and we're gonna go ahead and flip it because I don't want it to absorb a card and then go into an XE or whatever. So it's gonna go to Yellow Cat, do the excavate action there, adds off of that. It's gonna go into Happy, I believe it's Happy, yes. And he attacks with that, killing it. He's doing that on purpose. because it has specifically cards underneath that's gonna give him fucking a lot with the my friend. Anyway, he does something pretty smart here, in my opinion. I think this is pretty good move on his part. There you go, delicious stacks. Watch this boy just make this like fucking huge ass shit. This is what Purrely does. It just constantly gets bigger and bigger into something that's unaffected. And next turn, draw DD Crow. It's not really helping me, and I see the writing on the wall, and yeah, he's gonna stop my effect, and that's pretty much GG from there. We're gonna go to game 2. All right, game 2. I start off with the DD Crow. You got your Spring Girl, Pask, Dive, and Ocean. Whenever you get these two in your hand, yeah, you just get lucky. Literally, you only run 2 of these and 1 of these, so yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes you get it. Whenever they shut down, like if you have 1 card and they shut it down, sometimes it can be GG on the Sea Angel, but getting 2 of these, pretty nice follow-up. But yeah, we don't even need it. We have Pask and Spring Girl, so how about it? Alright, Spring into Sea Angel. Off of the Spring Girl dump, we end up dumping a Droll and a Mandarin. Now, anytime you get a Mandarin in the grave, that's good. Like, that's the extension you really need. Droll going to grave? Not so much. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and Droll me, but it won't matter. I already have the cards I need for the most part. And Perms it, and like I said, yeah, you can shut that down, but, you know, obviously going to go into a lot more than they bargained for. Yep, Slug, add back. Spring, probably just need it for follow-up. Not even going to use it. Equip the Coral Anemone and get the Excavate off of Tang. And then we're going to go ahead and make a Crystal Heart and make an unaffected Argonaut. So they're going to go ahead, start off Purple Cat. They're going to search the My Friend. Alright, and then they're going to go into Pretty Memory, and then go into Yellow Cat. Yellow Cat, activate the Excavate. And they're going to add the Delicious off of that. Alright, then they're going to Downard Zeus play, obviously. Or Slackered into Downard, I should say. And then they go into Zeus. Here comes Papasana. He's going to go ahead and wipe my board. Yeah, that's what happens with the 4 material Zeus. Go into Happy, activate the effect. And then it's going to go Delicious into Purple Cat. Purple Cat, activate. I'm going to go ahead and I use my DD Crow. I side in DD Crow whenever I know I'm playing it Purrely, because you can use DD Crow on spells as well as monsters. So a lot of times they're just going to be trying to stack underneath their Purple Cat, and then you could just deny it, and then now this guy's playing fucking Anima, which is a pretty smart choice. There's a lot of level 1s, so you know, every card gets you to a level 1, so you might as well. And all you gotta do is pop it right above anything with an arrow. He's gonna go ahead and take my Argonaut like a dick. And he's gonna swing in. Oh no, I guess he can't because it's past battle phase. Alright, yeah, because he had to swing in with the, anyway, I'm stupid. Slackered Magician, but yeah. We draw a convenient-ass wave. It's pretty nice. We're going to go ahead and do our triangle into... See, right here, instead of going into Coral Anemone, Sea Angel, activate Coral Anemone, don't even do that. Just go straight, right away, because that's the trigger. They're going to wait for that to use the Zeus play. Because, like, whatever you bring back, if your Coral Anemone leaves the field, like, there is no arrow to go to, so therefore it denies the effect. If you go straight into the Marbled Rock, I got lucky. I got the wave like ASAP. If I didn't get this wave off the draw, yeah, I was doomed for this game. But yeah, so you can just fire it off. As soon as they use it, you fire it off. So add back, Pascalisk. Alright, now we can go into that. Now, right here, he's thinking, this is the time where I'm going to be needing to go off with my Zeus. So I'm bringing back the Spring Girl with Pask. He's going to fire that off. And we conveniently had the wave in hand, so yeah. Get clapful. Anyway, I'm going to use the dive into a Tang. I'm going to dump the Basilema, and then we're going to go into a Slug with the Seahorse. Add back Spring, not Seahorse, Spring. Then we're going to go into a Bubble Reef. Going to activate, because I want to get the triangle back. We're just kind of just trying to end this shit right now. Alright. And then we're going to go ahead and fire it off. We're going to get our Waterlock action, which already was the case, but still. Got our wave back in hand, which is really nice. We have 2 ways to fire it off from hand, which is good. That's why I always try to get the triangle back on the field with the Link 4. Obvious reasons. If you have a wave in hand, it's just, you know, keep it live pretty much. But yeah. Then we're going to go into, with the equip and whatever else, with the bubble reef, going to go into the Zealantis play, wipe it, just because I just want to try to like clear the board right now, just swing in. I don't remember going in. I don't even know why I have Charmer on the field. Is it because no, I didn't even need it. I think I accidentally clicked this one, if I remember correctly. I was like, what the fuck? Why did I just do that? But either way. And then we're just going to swing in for game after you pop. Because have some co-links here. Get rid of their back row. And then there you go. So now we're on to the next game here. I'm going second, of course. I have a handful of gas, which really makes me happy going second. It's a lot easier when you have this, especially the follow-ups. Like Spring Girl. And I got the Duster, obviously, so nice. You know, sometimes you're just born with it. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let him start here. He's gonna start Purple Cat, get the happy, or whatever the hell my friend, fucking names, I hate them, my friend, and we actually have the Ash for that, so get Dumpster Kid, and then he's going to put 2 cards face down, and I'm hoping they're most likely non-engine, because he would have kept going if it was not non-engine, so alright, just gonna go ahead. Look at this. You're going second. Oh, man. Now, I'm just gonna fire off, because I just want to OTK this guy right now. Now, thanks to Prime, I actually added the Gamma Seals back into my deck, because, yes, OTKing is very possible. I didn't play with it for a long time, just because I didn't feel it was necessary. Usually my control is so strong, I don't need it, but, man, when you're just trying to end a game, just check shit out. Wipe the back. Kaiju it, start off with the Pask, bring the Seahorse, go into Slug, Seahorse back to Slug, and the Sea Angel. It's going to go ahead and, you know, negate that. Then we use Splash Mage just to make sure we can get into a Link 4. If you can make, like, an established Link 4 before you use your Spring Girl, it's pretty good. So we're going to do that, bring it back, and off of the Coral Anemone, we're going to add back Pask, most likely. Yep, Pask. Then we're going to summon Spring Girl, banishing the Coral Anemone. This is kind of the play right here. And then we still have the effect of Bubble Reef right here to send, bring back Coral Anemone. Now we have 2 co-linked right here, right? Doesn't matter, but if he had back row, then there you go. I always try to bring my Zealantis back to this spot right here, and then have a Coral Anemone or a Sea Angel right here, just for the co-link. But yeah, then we're gonna wipe the field because we're waterlocked. Bring back all of it, and he knows what's about to happen. About to clap them cheeks.